Hey everybody, Real World Prepper here. Troops are mobilizing all over the United States. They have been for several days now. They're working on it uh, in full swing right now as we speak this weekend. I still am of the mindset that by sundown tomorrow we'll probably get the order from President Trump to shelter in place. This is my guess. I can't say that I know this for sure, okay? So let me say that from the get go. But it does seem that momentum is building for a national shutdown. Um, Not a lockdown necessarily, but a shutdown, a mandated shutdown of all businesses that are considered non essential. Obviously, as I mentioned before, police, fire, medical, we'll still have to get groceries, whatever is available. There's still a run on that. There's a run on banks. Uh, Stocks are being sold off. You guys know much of this stuff. But as of 7 hours ago, we've got governors, obviously, of New York, Illinois, Connecticut. They are joining California, Pennsylvania. I believe I heard also Maryland, Arizona. Uh, that's all I can think of right now that have already, those governors have already done a shutdown such as what I believe we're going to see nationally by the end of this weekend. I have a lot of, doing this channel, I have a lot of people that contact me, emails and uh, letters and things that send me information that I correspond with. People all over the country, frankly, all over the world. Um, but the ones here in the country, and I know a lot of people that are DOD, a lot of people that are contractors for DOD work, military personnel, police and fire, people of all trades, all truck drivers, and the story is kind of the same from everybody. Obviously, supply chains drying up. Um, I want to say that Kroger grocery stores told folks to, or put a presser out recently a few days ago about, oh, don't worry, there's plenty of this, that, and the other, and that's not going to be disrupted. Well, we're already seeing those disruptions, so I don't know how one can claim that the disruptions are not there. But the military, the troops are mobilizing, and in my estimation, it is for the sake of when they pull the trigger on this shutdown, on this mandatory shutdown, that they're going to enforce it, obviously, with military. And whatever food and things will be available is going to be rationed, probably in a prepackaged state, milk, eggs, meat, beans, whatever. I don't know. I would think that it would be, you won't be able to just go into a store and just shop, but that it will be, here's a prepackaged sort of what we determine are some basic necessities, and, this is what you get, and here's a set price for it. So there's that. We've also got reports coming out of New York, and this is just, and I would say that this is a snapshot of what's happening all over the country, especially in the states that are most affected right now um, with corona deaths. So this report is published 8 hours ago. Coronavirus is killing more than one person an hour in New York City. So New York City's death toll has doubled in the last 36 hours. Well, at the time of this article, in 24 hours. 14 people died between 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Friday, pushing their death toll to 43 by that time. New York City's health commissioner, Dr. Or Barbot, however you say that, warned New Yorkers that double-digit daily deaths may well become the new normal, at least for a time. He's quoted as saying, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to a day when we have double digits, new people dying every day. She said, I'm sorry. Uh, so this thing is growing exponentially. It is a funnel. It is, if you track it, I'm holding my phone with one hand so I can't show you. But I mean, it's like, it's the gap is widening. If you follow the trend, the charting of this thing in our country, we're definitely following. We seem to be anyway following the trend of Italy, who, by the way, is 700 and something deaths a day. I mean, did you guys see the videos of the trucks hauling the dead away in the wee hours? What, 2 or 3 days ago? Military cargo, trucks hauling the dead away to be, mass buried, burned, lie, whatever, this thing's getting very, very serious. China, which of course, is a communist country, this thing, they are doing a zero tolerance. They are shooting people. They are welding the doors shut of apartment buildings and things like that, not allowing people out. And they have a zero tolerance policy. And regardless of what they are reporting about their deaths being under control and it's easing up over there, I find that to be a bunch of BS. When have we ever been able to trust China? With the tariffs that are on China through the Trump administration over these last couple of years, their economy is suffering more than it has in probably 30 years. And so this, I believe, has been a deliberate effort for them to try and quell that loss, to try and gain control, of their populace and of the supply chains, so that they can try and mitigate the damages that are being done. And so they're definitely at fault for this thing. They kept it quiet too long. First of all, I believe it was probably a deliberate thing anyway. So that would be why they kept it quiet. They didn't want us to know. But the bigger picture for us as Americans here in the United States, for those of you that are here in the United States, get ready for this. You're going to see troops on the street. You're going to see troops on the street. If you're not seeing them already, leave in the comment section if you want what you've seen, if you have. Where in your areas. Like I say, a lot of the intel that I'm getting, and this you can just call it conjecture for now, because I can't validate this stuff to you guys, and a lot of it hasn't been validated to me. But if it's even a snapshot, if it's even a small percentage of what's actually happening, then you can bet your bottom dollar that we're on that path. So I predict again by sundown tomorrow. We will see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's coming regardless. The shutdown, and the shutdown will probably just be the start, because that's going to be a gauge to see if we can slow the growth of this thing or the spread of this thing. And, of course, what it's going to do in the meanwhile, it's going to kill a lot of small businesses, kill them off dead, where they won't bounce back. It's going to definitely get us all used to a new way of life here in the United States, one in which we will not go back from. ID 2020 is going to be part of it, because they're going to tie that to vaccines, which I believe they're going to try and make mandatory, not just for this virus, but for all things that they would say, are for your good. And, so just a little update. I will keep them coming as I get information and let you guys know what I know or what I'm hearing. If you've got anything to add, please send me an email or leave it in a comment. My email, my P.O. box, everything is in my About section, so you can go over there and see how to contact me, or just leave a comment here. However you prefer to do it, I would love to get any information I can get from any of you guys if you've got something worth reporting on, as far as supply chain, as far as troops mobilizing here in the United States, as far as mandates by your local governments, ordinances, states, governors, whatever. So go ahead and share that stuff with me if you got it. So this is just my update for now. Be back when I have something else to tell you. Everybody hunker down, stay safe. If you have not prepared, this is why we prepare. A fine example of why we prepare. Now, I am not concerned. I am not scared or worried, but I am concerned. I prepare, you know, so I'm not having to make a rush. In fact, I've said this the other day, I haven't been to the store in, you know, I don't know, a couple of weeks anyway. So got what I need here for a while. I'm just gonna hold out, see whether or not I'm supposed to go to work on Monday, and I just don't believe that I'm going to. I believe that it's going to be a shutdown for non-essential, and I would believe I would be considered in the non-essential field, even though agriculture is essential. But I believe that's how it's going to go. Anyway, again, just an update. Keep you posted. You guys stay safe. Real World Prepper. See ya.